Hello and welcome back to the Brick Bin. My name is Dennis and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about buying new and used Lego in person, right? So that's on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp perhaps, anywhere that you can buy Lego from essentially a stranger. This is talking about people that you don't know, right? So there is some risk involved with that. So when you're meeting someone that you don't know, there's a couple of things that you want to keep in mind. Before I go on with the video, I just wanted to thank you guys for all of your really nice comments in the last video. I know I asked you to make the comments, but it seems that the comments that did get left were really genuine, and I really appreciate it because every time a new comment would come in, I would run upstairs to where Bree's resting, and I would read her those new comments, and all of the nice things that you guys say really has a really positive impact on our channel, on us, and our attitude towards making videos, because it inspires us, right? I always say that. You guys are the inspiration for this channel. It inspires us to continue to make content and to continue to improve. But thanks again, guys. She's going to be feeling a whole of a lot better. And hopefully by next week, she'll be back on the Brick Bin. All right, back to buying or selling. Say you're selling locally, new and used Lego. You want to keep these tips in mind whenever you are doing it for your own safety and so you don't get ripped off, essentially. The number one thing to remember is to always meet in a public place. What I mean by that is meet in a place where there is a lot of foot traffic, cameras, for example. For this set, which is Minecraft set 21121, the Desert Outpost, this is a set from 2015, so it's one that I can't get online anymore. If you were to find it, it goes for about 75 bucks on eBay. I got this for $35, right? So there are some advantages to buying in person. In this case, $40 off advantages, right? Because this is a 5-year-old set. You just can't find these, especially in the condition that it's in, as much online. You can, but people are going to be asking a premium for them. So in this case, I met at our public library, which is a fantastic place. It's always booming with activity. There's a ton of foot traffic there. They have cameras. It's a large parking lot that's open, meaning you're not going to be hiding behind large vehicles, stuff like that. The sketchy stuff. You want to stay away from that. You want to keep yourself in the clear to where if something in the worst case scenario did happen, there would at least be witnesses and people, potentially that could help you. So keep that in mind whenever going to pick up buying or selling new and used Lego. All right, the second thing I want to talk to you guys about is the time that you go and pick stuff up. Never, ever, ever go pick something up after dark. Unless it's inside a public building, like say a police station. That is a great place because, and they do allow this, you can go into their lobby and do these types of deals. Reason being, they want to keep you safe, right? So that's a public place that you can go with cameras, in this case, police officers, which is, ideal. And say you were talking to this person online and they didn't want to meet there for whatever reason, that should be a huge red flag that something is amiss, right? That maybe you shouldn't make this deal because they're already sketching you out. But typically, do not meet after dark. In this case, I met the person at the public library at 1 p.m. That's a pretty good time. Worked for them, worked for me. Another thing, this is just kind of a side note, don't carry a ton of cash. So this was $35. I actually forgot my cash at home, so I had to stop at the bank, and I ended up being like 2 minutes late. No big deal. But the only cash that I had on me at the time was the $35 for this. Let's say, again, we're thinking worst case scenario, those what ifs. What if the person wanted to rob me? Well, we're in a public place, so sure, maybe I get robbed. But chances are I'm going to be okay. And as long as I don't have over $35, they're not going to be able to take any more than that from me, right? So I don't want to go in there carrying 200 bucks, get robbed, lose that 200 bucks, right? So only carry what you are going to be purchasing, right? All right, so after that last one, I guess we're technically at number 4 for the tips. Number 4 would be incorporate the buddy system, right? This is useful in all scenarios, But specifically when buying used Lego, you want to use the buddy system. For example, a lot of times Brie and I will go together, especially if it's her picking something up. I don't use it all the time. I'm just being honest with you guys because I'm a fairly decent sized guy. And for the most part, I feel like I can fend for myself. I still take precautionary measures, of course, like meeting in the public place, not before dark, not carrying a ton of cash, but I feel generally safe. For Brie, though, I know she definitely doesn't always feel safe, especially in certain scenarios where, you're meeting up with a stranger. Let's say that was just their plan all along to kidnap you or something, right? And we're thinking worst case scenario. This is like 1 out of 100,000 or so. I don't know the statistics on that, but really rare. But you still have to take those precautionary measures, unfortunately. But yeah, so with the buddy system, you're just that much less likely to run into a scenario where you are going to be at a disadvantage. And I know I don't always abide by that, but I still follow those other basic rules for myself. All right, so number 5, my last tip for you: inspect the product. And what I mean by that, and this is going towards Lego, but this could again apply to anything that you're buying in person. You want to inspect the product. So the inspection should actually start before you even buy it, right? Look at the photos, ask questions, and typically they will answer and be honest with you. Now, if they are replying very short, very vague, and they don't give you details, that might throw up another red flag for you. Really get a feel for the person before you even buy the product, right? So that's why I really like buying on Facebook Marketplace, because there is actually a Facebook profile tied to the seller's account. So you can actually do a little bit of stalking of that person to find out who they are, right? In this case, it was a female and her boyfriend that were selling this, and you can tell if it's a fake profile or not 9 out of 10 times. If it has a lot of history, it'll tell you how long they've been on Facebook, etc. You can see their posts and stuff. If they're true people, then you'll know. And that's why I like that. You don't always have that privilege of knowing who you're dealing with, especially on places like Craigslist. And I don't do as much on Craigslist, but let's say you are, for larger items, larger collections, definitely you have the right to be able to ask them if they could give you a call, stuff like that. If they don't, of course, that's where those red flags come up. In this case, I bought it on Facebook Marketplace. I talked to them. I asked them a couple of things. They had it in a garage sale and weren't able to sell it. Therefore, they were selling it on Facebook Marketplace. Just do your research. Sorry for that, guys. Our doorbell actually rang. I had to go answer it and deal with that. But going back to this, talking about inspecting the product. With Lego product, when it comes to new sealed sets, you always want to check the seals on there, make sure that all of them are still good. And then the other thing, and this is kind of just, after you've dealt with so much Lego, you kind of pick this up, but the sound of the Lego set. So you hear the loose pieces, and maybe this doesn't come across on the camera as well, but I can hear the crunching of the bags in there, and that's a really good sign. I have had it where I have bought what I thought to be new sets on, say, eBay, and then they arrive, and then the first clue to me was actually not the seals, but I could hear the sound of it to where you can hear the loose pieces in there. In this case, I can hear the pieces are in a bag. You want to hear that good crunchiness. The seals are all good. I checked that before I gave them the money, of course, right? You don't want to pay for it and then start looking at it. So you check it out before you even buy it, before you even go to meet. You check it out after you arrive. Then you pay the person, you get the product. It's pretty simple. The whole transaction probably took 2 minutes, if that, right? It doesn't have to take up your time, doesn't have to take up their time. The only thing that I noticed on here was this little part right here. But of course, I asked them before I even decided to purchase this. I was like, hey, is the box in pretty good condition? They said it's new sealed, but there is a sticker mark on the back, which is probably from, a clearance tag or something like that. Not a big deal to me. It didn't affect the price at all, because, we're still $40 lower than eBay price, and the front looks good. The overall box doesn't have too many creases in it. I'm pretty happy with this. Let me know, do you guys think this is a pretty good deal for 519 pieces on a 2015 Minecraft Lego set? Brie and I really love Minecraft. We love building these Lego sets. We have a couple on the shelf. We have a ton in the backlog. We got a couple for Christmas, and then we've had a couple for a long time that we still need to build. But this one I don't think is going into the backlog since Brie is still not feeling good. I'm pretty sure that she wants to build this because she called it a really awesome set. That's a quote from her when I showed it to her. But yeah, so this is probably going to get built, and then we can show it off to you guys. This is kind of just a side note, a side tip, whatever. But if you're always looking like I am, that's when you find the deals. It's part of it is luck, part of it is by chance. But you put yourself in a very good position when you're constantly checking these type of places. You don't have to live on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever, eBay, for example. But just periodically check, and that's where you're going to find the good deals. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe out there whenever you're meeting in public, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.